In an ancient kingdom, where emerald forests whispered secrets and silver rivers gleamed under the moonlight, there was a king and queen whose hearts ached for a child. For many years, they waited, hoping for a miracle to fill their empty palace with laughter. One day, their prayers were answered, and a princess was born. A child so beautiful that even the stars seemed to shine brighter on the night of her birth. They named her Aurora, and the kingdom rejoiced. But in the shadows, an ancient evil watched, waiting for the day it would claim her destiny. The gift and the curse. When Aurora was just a baby, the king and queen held a grand celebration. 7 kind and powerful fairies from across the land were invited to bless the princess with gifts more precious than gold. One by one, they stepped forward. I give you the gift of beauty, as radiant as the dawn. I give you the gift of a voice, sweet as bird. I give you the gift of grace and kindness. But before the last fairy could bestow her blessing, a cold wind blew through the hall, and all the candles went out. Out of the darkness appeared Maleficent, a sorceress no one had dared to summon. Her eyes glowed like embers as she spoke. You dare to celebrate without me? Very well, I, too, have a gift. When the princess turns 16, she will prick her finger on a spinning wheel and die. Gasps filled the hall. The queen wept, holding her baby tight. But the final fairy, whose blessing remained, stepped forward. I cannot undo the curse, she said softly, but I can soften it. The princess will not die. Instead, she will fall into a deep, enchanted sleep that will last until she is awakened by true love's kiss. A hidden childhood, determined to protect their daughter. The king ordered every spinning wheel in the kingdom burned, but still, fear lingered in every heart. The kind fairies decided to hide Aurora deep in the forest, where Maleficent's dark magic could not find her. They raised her as their own, calling her Briar Rose, never telling her she was a princess. Years passed. Aurora grew into a graceful young woman with golden hair and eyes like morning skies. She loved to sing to the birds and dance among the trees, unaware of the shadow that still waited for her 16th birthday. A chance encounter. On the eve of her birthday, Aurora wandered deeper into the woods than ever before. There, by a hidden stream, she met a young man on horseback. His name was Philip, a prince from a neighboring kingdom. Neither knew the other's true identity. They spoke and laughed together as if they had always known each other, and though the meeting was brief, their hearts were already entwined. But destiny would not wait. That night, the fairies finally revealed to Aurora who she truly was, a princess, promised since birth to a kingdom she could scarcely imagine. The curse unfolds. They took her back to the castle, where the king and queen waited with open arms. But as the sun set on her 16th birthday, Maleficent's power reached further than any wall. In a trance, Aurora slipped away from her guardians. Guided by a voice only she could hear, she climbed a hidden staircase to a forgotten tower. There, in the dim light, stood a spinning wheel. As if in a dream, she reached out, touched the spindle, and fell into a deep sleep. Her parents, overcome by grief, watched as the fairies laid her on a golden bed. To spare the kingdom the agony of waiting, they cast a spell that made all within the castle fall into slumber until the curse could be broken. The prince's battle in his own land. Prince Philip learned that the girl he loved was the Sleeping Beauty. He rode without rest to find her, but Maleficent was waiting. Around the castle, she conjured a forest of thorns, so thick and cruel that no man dared approach. But Philip fought through the thorns, his sword blazing with the fairies' magic. When he finally reached the gates, Maleficent appeared in her most fearsome form, a dragon of black scales and emerald fire. The sky turned red as she roared. Now, Prince, you shall face me, and die." With all his courage, Philip fought the beast. Flames scorched the earth around him, but his love gave him strength. At last, with a final, mighty blow, he drove his sword into the dragon's heart. Maleficent screamed and vanished into a cloud of ash. The kiss of true love. The castle lay silent as Philip climbed the tallest tower. In the golden chamber, Aurora rested, her face serene. He knelt beside her and whispered, "Even in sleep, you are more precious to me than life." Then he kissed her. At that moment, the spell shattered. Aurora's eyes fluttered open, and she saw the prince who had risked everything to find her. Around them, the kingdom awoke from its 100 years of slumber. A new beginning. Not long after, Aurora and Philip were wed in a grand celebration that lasted 4 days. The fairies danced in the halls, and the people cheered for their princess and the love that had conquered darkness. From that day forward, their story became legend, a reminder that even the deepest curse cannot stand against the power of true love. And so ends the tale of Sleeping Beauty, a story of destiny, courage, and love's triumph over all. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon so you never miss another magical tale. Thank you for watching.